Still on the election, look at this. Bernie Sanders receiving an endorsement from the country's first Muslim congressman. That would be Democrat from Minnesota, Keith Ellison. Ellison backs Bernie. From the Muslim Public Affairs Council, let's bring in Hoda Hawa. Hoda, welcome to the program. Can I conclude that if Keith Ellison, who's far left, backs Bernie Sanders, far left, can I conclude that the Muslim population of America is going to vote far left?
The American Muslim community here is quite diverse in thought, in backgrounds, and so because Congressman Keith Ellison is endorsing Bernie Sanders, that does not necessarily mean that American Muslim voters are going to be voting for.
Are you leaning towards
Sanders.
Democrats more than Republicans?
Well, so far the research has been showing that American Muslims are leaning toward Democratic candidates, but that's really because we haven't seen much outreach from the Republican candidates to engage American Muslim communities.
What would you want Republicans to do to engage with you and win your vote?
Sure. Well, I mean, I think first things first is really to tone down the rhetoric. What we've been hearing thus far is really divisive and vitriolic rhetoric from a lot of these Republican candidates that American Muslims just aren't welcome and that we are, a community that hasn't been part of America, which is not true. We are, in fact, very productive and diverse, and we're American Muslims and we're Americans like every other community. So just reaching out to our communities and creating that space to engage us.
I want to play you a clip from a frequent guest on this program, Zuhdi Jasser. Now, he wants moderate Muslims, he wants them out on the street protesting and saying, look, ISIS, we don't want you, we don't like you, get rid of this extremism. Watch this clip.
We are beginning to come together as a movement of reform against political Islam, against radical Islam. So I think whether it be on social media, whether it be from pounding the pavement, we're growing. But I have to tell you, do we have the masses to go to the streets? Not yet, because the forces of political correctness.
Well, we cut him off a little short there, but I think you got the point there. Are you with him? Are you with Muslims like him who want a public demonstration of anti-extremist feeling within the Muslim community in America?
The vast majority of American Muslims are against violent extremism. They do not buy into the ideology of ISIS, Al-Qaeda, or these other types of terrorist groups.
Right.
And there have been American Muslims for decades now who have been out on the streets, who have been protesting, who have been writing letters, who have been writing op-eds, and who have been speaking on your show and others about how the vast majority of American Muslims are against this ideology.
I got it. But, you know, I think America would love to see the Muslim community come out in force on the street and say, hey, we're not taking it. We don't want this. We don't like this. We don't want you people. When are we going to see tens of thousands of American Muslims on the street saying that?
Muslims are out there every single day, Stuart, saying this exact thing.
It's not what I want. I understand that. Look, it's not what I want. But when am I going to see tens of thousands? I mean, a lot of people.
Sure. When we have tens of thousands, then we're going to come back to the show, and then you're going to ask about hundreds of thousands. So, you know, American Muslims are out there. We're talking about this. And it's not just American Muslims. It's Muslims all over the world that are talking about being anti-extremists. They are not buying into this propaganda. They're not buying into the ISIS ideology. In fact, in Los Angeles, American Muslims held a rally against this very thing with the mayor of Los Angeles, with the mayor of San Bernardino, and where was the media coverage on that? So, you know, things are happening and people are out there. We just need to get more coverage.
You get out on the street and I'll cover it, and that's a promise.
All right.
Hoda, thank you very much for joining us. We appreciate it. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.